Good morning. Went to bed early this morning. Good morning. It's seven. It's not 7 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Tells you where my brain is today. Yesterday, I had another lesson regarding acceptance. Acceptance of what is. I have found it is one of the hardest things to come to terms with, i.e., accept. We tend to want things the way we want them. So often in life, that does not happen. And our ability to accept things as they are does become important so that we can move on. A couple of things happened this week where I've had to really look at the word acceptance again. Now, it's a word I use a lot for clients. Not that they like it either, because who wants to like acceptance, but it's there. It is a point that we do. But anyway, let me tell you what happened this week. First of all, on Wednesday morning, I'm doing my usual talk. Now, I live in an apartment, and we have every when does it happen? Every first Wednesday of the month, we have a fire alarm thing that goes off. But it's usually long after I've done my talk. Well, Wednesday morning, I am not quite finished my talk. I'm getting near the end, but I'm not quite finished when the alarm goes off. Well, it is a terrible noise. I used to have to run outside and block my ears but now I'm sort of got used to it. And so, of course, I had to shut everything down. I did a little talk afterwards. I came back on and tried to explain after, but of course, everyone had gone. And now it leaves me. Okay, are they going to come this early every Wednesday at the beginning? Because if that's true, I've already considered maybe moving everything to Wednesday nights because I cannot have that noise happening when I'm talking. So that was the first one. So the second, now my voice is going, excuse me, still haven't quite cleared all this stuff out yet. So then the second one was yesterday. Now, usually when I put my newsletter out every month, I have a special, either an event that I'm putting like a 20-minute readings or channeling your guide or something like that at a reduced cost. And 2 months ago, I also offered actually I had made a CD of 3 meditations. And so I said, that I would send it to them. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I have CDs, but I wanted to put it on a disc so I could just send it out very easily and with no real cost to anybody, to them. And because I still wasn't 100% well, I'd sort of put it off. I was the whole month of June, forget it. But anyway, so I thought yesterday, okay, today's the day, feeling pretty good. Let's get this thing from the CD onto the recorder so we can get this off. Wow, I spent definitely all afternoon and probably a bit more of the morning as well. The word is trying to do this. I still haven't got it done. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get it done the way I want it. So I have to reorganize my thinking. I was doing fine. And then there's 3 meditations, you see. And then the third one, for some reason, the machine I was working to do it said error. So I tried a different way, and I tried a different CD, and I tried this, and I tried that. You know how you do when all these things don't quite work out the way you want. You're really good. All I wanted was to have it on my recorder, my little recorder here, so that I could send it out to people. That means today I'm going to see if I can, a whole different idea I'm going to do one at a time. And there's 2 in particular I want people to have. So I'm going to do them separately. If that works, we'll see. So it's just like things. But what I'm talking about is to accept those things that are not going the way that you want. Now, I use acceptance a lot with my clients, as I've said, and they don't always like it. They get defensive, irritable, because they can't see why they can't have it the way they want it, or they can't see it, they can do it easily. Acceptance isn't always easy. It sometimes is like coming to terms with things. Now, I learned about acceptance in the years that I studied the tarot. There's a number of symbols that refer to that. And it, especially near one of the ones near the end, when you're coming into more of a spiritual realization, the acceptance of the energy of the universe, etc. But it starts much earlier than that, where you're needing to look at how you accept things and how they work and what they do. So sometimes it's handy just to sit down and take a look around and say, what is that I really have to accept here? In a situation that you're having maybe emotional reactions to, or maybe just in yourself. I look around since I've been sick so much, I spent a whole day reorganizing my living room, just cleaning it up. Because, when you're not well, things don't get put away, things don't happen, whatever, and you carry on. And now I'm in the process of getting things back to be more normalized. Now, the thing is, what is that? That means accepting what is. And you get to choose. You have choice. We forget sometimes that we always have a choice to be or to do and create in a certain way. And so consequently, what and often happens with that is that we just get lazy, which can happen. And we just wish it would just sort of disappear. We wish that many other things, sometimes we get someone else to do it. That's something I've done a lot in my life. When things have gone, I've had help, and I have help. Now I tend to do things I need to do for myself. Not always, though. Not always. I have friends that come in and help often. Now, what is the main message about acceptance? Be real. Acceptance means looking at things straight on and accepting it in its totality, and then deciding what you want to do about it. A lot of people don't make that jump. They look at it, they understand it, and then they stay. But the key is to decide what you want to do about it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. Person dies. You have to accept that and deal with your feelings about that. But there again, you see, you have to deal with the feelings, not ignore them. There's a lot of people do that, put their head in the sand. They don't want to have to deal with those feelings that come up, that sadness, that all of that part of it. But that's something you cannot change. I was thinking also, interesting, before I began this, in some ways this kind of comes with it. I was thinking about the tower symbol and how much knowledge there's in that symbol, which in one way says destruction. Something's happened that you don't like. And how you have a choice. You have a choice to try and hang on, and because you don't want to accept. That's part of it there. Again, it's part of the acceptance. That's all through the tarot. It's amazing. But anyway, and I was running this through my scenario when my recordings weren't working. Okay, I've always got a choice here. And as I kept trying a different way, and that way, it was finally coming to the point of realizing, thinking about, just remember what that says. In the tarot, it talks about letting go and rebuilding to what it is that you're wanting, like not holding on there. This is the idea of how it has to be. See, I was stuck with the idea. I had said there would be 3 meditations, and there was no way my recorder was going to be able to record 3 meditations. Not the recorder's fault. The player didn't like my CDs for some reason. I made loads of series, and actually in hard form they're there, but it's like they didn't want to play them. So that's the acceptance part in order to make a shame. But in doing that, I had to let go of the framework that I had in my mind, because I said there would be 3 meditations on there. Now, by the looks of it, there'll maybe 2, but I'm going to do them separately to be sure. I'm going to do the first one and then the second one, and then we will try the third one again separately. So that will get 3 different meditations separately, not one with 3. That's what I had to come to make a conclusion of what I truly wanted to do. So the message today is take a look at your life and what is it you need to accept fully. And in the fully accepting, you are free to make a decision about what to do exactly about it. Not hide it, not pretend it's not there, but just decide exactly what is the solution here. Acceptance is not easy. I agree. Acceptance, we have many things we have to accept in life, but a lot of it doesn't come easily. But who said life was going to always be easy? But believe me, if you accept things in its totality, if you accept things exactly the way it is and how you would like it, you will find a solution. And the solution you can choose to do or not do. But there is always a solution. It's just that we do not like those solutions sometimes, or we don't like what we have to do to get to the solution. So I wish you well this Sunday. It is the excuse me. This is the 7th of July already, end of the week. If those of you that did manage to see the Wednesday talk, I did my month of the reading. You may want to take a look at that. Yeah, you may want to take a look at that, even the first part when I'm talking about the reading that I did for the month of July for North America. Not my favorite one to have done, believe me, but it's nice sometimes to have that information also. And then we moved on from there until the fire alarm went off. So there may be a change coming up in my schedule, but in the meantime, we don't have to worry about it for the next few weeks. So as of tomorrow night, there will be mental mind treatments. And by the way, if you did catch mental mind treatments last week, I got a little upset over something. I spoke to my friend after, and we're good. And I apologize for being a little bit sharper than I usually am. So I'm not perfect. I try, but I'm not always perfect. And unfortunately, that hit my funny bone, as you might say, and I kind of reacted. And I don't usually do that, thank goodness. And it's just another acceptance that I had to do that I was out of line. But I apologize to the person, and I apologize, and I will apologize tomorrow night too as well. And then on Wednesday, we will have another Norma Talk Metaphysics, and we'll see what comes up. You have a great day. It's beautiful weather here, very warm, very hot. And I just love it like that. So I will say bye for now. You enjoy and do the best you can. And look just to see, is there anything I need to accept here? And then I can choose what to do about it. Bye now.